Whoa, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a no buy makeover, which has become one of the most popular kinds of videos on my channel. This kind of makeover is focused on going into the home of one of my beloved subscribers and working with just what they already have in their space. I think of it as like the most helpful and realistic kind of makeover. This is how most people are making over their spaces. I personally am also trying to consume less. I've been trying to do this with home decor, also with my wardrobe. I've been cutting down and doing a lot of decluttering with my wardrobe, and I'll say the more I have emptied my closet and my clothes, the more creative my outfits have become recently. I think I'm gonna say that. And I think the same is true with working with your home decor. It's easy to just buy, and always think, if I can buy that thing, if I can have that thing, then I'll have the home I want. I think it's harder, but also more rewarding and more unique and creative to work with what you already have. It's also more realistic for most people's budgets. It doesn't feel good to me to be buying all the time. There's a time and place, but it's not all the time. So today we are in the home of a dear subscriber named Maddie. We're working in, it's a little bit an office, a little bit her creative studio. Come here. Hey, look over here. She immediately made her debut. Right now, I'll tell you what, I don't totally know. I don't know what we're gonna do, but I'm really excited to tinker and try. Yeah. First off, the goal is to maximize this space using what Maddie already has, maximizing it for her functions. It's a multi-purpose room, but we also don't want it to feel just like storage. We want it to feel functional and creatively inspiring. I think we're gonna do a little bit of decluttering. We're gonna clear stuff out. We're gonna do some rearranging with furniture. We're gonna go shopping in other rooms of her house. And we're just gonna try and get really creative with everything she owns. Maddie is a total dear. She's been feeding me cookies all morning, and I can't thank her enough for that. Let's bring her in. Everyone, this is Maddie, subscriber Maddie. Thank you so much for having us into your home.
Welcome.
You're such a sweetheart. It's really, you're so giggly. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your space and your goals.
Yeah.
And your complaints. I like to hear complaints.
So this is my creative space.
Nice.
Mostly. So I've got a lot of art supplies and stuff in here. I like to do a lot of crafting.
Love it.
I'd like this space to be very functional and that I can come every day and do some sketching or do some painting or you know, whatever. Right now it's super cluttered and needs to be organized. There's not a system to it right now.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You would like it to be even just the tabletop kind of welcoming and ready for you when inspiration strikes.
Yeah, this is our mud room, and it's really the entrance to the carport. I also teach yoga, so I really want to have a dedicated space in my house for my yoga practice.
Totally.
And I'd like to be able to start filming some content and putting some videos out there for instruction online. So,
yes.
So that's the real goal in this space.
I'm a big supporter. If you want to do it, you should do it.
A space to film, yeah.
Yeah, okay, sweet. Maddie introduced herself to me as being a little witchy.
I'm a little witchy.
You got it.
What if I need to capture a spell? This is kind of just where things have ended up.
Okay, amazing. One thing I will say about I think offices, workspaces are always hard because there's so much functionality that needs to go into it. And we do want to prioritize that over just aesthetics. I think it's if you design a space just for aesthetics, then it doesn't support the function of I need a filing system, I need the catch-alls, I need the drops, I need it to be organized, then it's never gonna stay looking like the original beautiful design you had in mind. So we are gonna start, I think especially with an office space or workspace, really, really prioritize the functionality. And that's what's gonna make it stay clean, stay organized, stay functional and welcoming to all those activities. And then if we can make parts of it cute too, excellent.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be the priority for sure. I think is focusing, I'm live processing right now, but focusing on functionality and then hopefully making your little cozy corner and stuff too.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yay.
Yes. Okay, let's do it. Okay, Maddie, step one, clearing off some of the tabletops, putting it in a corner so that we can move furniture around, and then you could do a little declutter in the meantime if it feels relevant.
So many of these things maybe just like don't even need to be in this room or in this house, so.
Could be, could be. I know what that's like. Sweet girl, let's hit it. Poor beautiful Maddie got roped into a lot of physical and emotional labor with me for this makeover. And that's because her input is especially important when we're sorting through so many functional tools, office supplies, craft supplies, paperwork, and all the things she needs to make her office/creative studio work for her functions. If you're looking at a space in your parents' home or your sister's home and you're dying to give it a facelift, it's really important to talk through all the pieces in the space with the owner. Even if you're looking to reorganize your own space, I suggest bringing a friend over so you can talk through all the physical and mental clutter. It's kind of like talking through a storm of emotions with your best friend to figure out, what do you really need? What's bringing you down? What needs to be set aside for later? And what's the priority? This kind of design is aesthetic work, but it's also mental and emotional work. And having a sounding board to sort it all through can be like ridiculously clarifying. This, by the way, is a quilt made, I believe, by Maddie's, your husband's grandma, right? Mm-hmm. Really nice quilt. I love a quilt. She said she'd love to find a place for it. So not a rug, just to clarify, this is a quilt. But we're gonna see what we can do with this guy. I feel like we may want to take down the string lights.
I think that would be great.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's adorable. Yeah, so I think the furniture pieces we think we're gonna keep in here, no need to move out because we'll just rearrange them a bit. What is this, guy? Is that a diffuser?
Do you want to see it?
I do want to see it.
Okay.
Okay, we're talking about her little mudroom corner, which I think is in a really good state. I have a feeling we're not going to change her mudroom setup too much because it seems like it's functional, it's serving her needs, and it's also like very cutely styled.
Is this an incense that will be okay for you?
Yes.
Cone flow thing.
This is blowing my mind. Maybe I need one of these. Oh no, I breathed too much on it. I ruined it. I'm not zen enough. Amazing. This place is looking good. Now that we have moved most of the stuff out, we're gonna do just a little bit of cleaning, wiping stuff down. I don't do my deep cleans that often, but when I do, I'm always like, oh yeah, this is what it can feel like. So we're gonna do it, here we go. Honestly, Maddie keeps a very clean house, so it's not like it's insane in here, but I think I always underestimate how much a little bit of cleaning, like, you know, if it improves your space by 10% and makes it feel better to use and makes it feel like a little fresh and energizing, that's a huge deal. So I really wanted to focus on scrubbing down things such as the white parts of the desk, just because it's really visible. Any marks and scuffs on there really show, also because it's a high touch point, opening drawers and stuff. So over time, it just gets lots of fingerprints and it looks, I think, like 10 times, it just looks brand new, just giving it a good scrub down. Sweet. Okay, we've really emptied out this room. That went pretty quickly. Thank you to Maddie for helping me. And I've left in here just the major furniture pieces that I think we need for functionality. And then out in the living room, we moved everything out. Just like giving yourself a blank canvas is really helpful to visualize it in a new way. And then out here, I've organized all the things that were on surface areas, wall decor, I'll show you, just grouping things. So right out in the living room, Hazel is keeping watch over, lined up all the wall decor here, or I think most of the wall decor. We've got like books, files, important things right there. Over here, I've grouped up a lot of our decor options, plants, lamps, things like that. Hazel, you're killing it. You're doing a great job. Okay, speaking of shopping her home, I feel like we need some lower to the floor furniture and like smaller items. There's already big items in there, and over here in her sweet little kitchen nook, which I've made messy with all my supplies, so ignore that. She's got these two, it's like a little bench and just a little smaller piece. I don't know if we'll use either of those, but you said you're open to things being moved around. Okay, sweet. We might shop these guys, TBD. Whoa, okay. We decluttered. We moved stuff out. We cleaned. Very good work. This room is feeling very empty in a good way. I think now I'm gonna start just like tinkering around with the zones. If you're doing like a whole like room switch around like this, start with the bigger items, like even just confirming where we want the zones to be before we start doing any detail work of like what decor and styling goes where. Maybe that's obvious, but I think it also can be easier. Like I often feel like, oh, I'm really excited about this little like decorative styling vignette I could do. And then that becomes like what I'm basing everything else off of, and can be okay, but it can also be really tricky when you're trying to figure out so much functionality.
Yeah.
And now I think I'm procrastinating because I'm scared to start rearranging stuff. So I need to just start doing it. Just start doing it. A lot of designing a room is just paring down, getting rid of stuff, and deciding what is standing in your way. The way that Maddie and I went about this is like process of elimination, as it is with most of my design decisions. Deciding like what absolutely has to be in the room. We know we want the desk. We know we want the yoga area and the yoga accessories and stuff. We know we need the mudroom contraption, and we know we need some storage. So the storage pieces were variable. Like there were a couple different storage options we could have gone with, and we played around probably for like an hour trying to decide like what felt weird, what felt off. She had this one storage container with all of the drawers piled up, and it's very functional, but there was no good place for it. The height of it was just throwing things off, or was in the way, or was blocking a common walking path to like open the door from the parking garage and walk through the room. So things like that. It's always a little bit tricky trying to balance, like we want it to look visually appealing, but we want it to be functional, and sometimes those things overlap. But I think the biggest thing we did today was like pare down on stuff. Hey honeys, it's the holiday season, and let me tell you what, Santa has come with the best gift that you are ever going to give someone. Let me tell you a little story for a moment. If you've watched my channel for a while, then you know that this little container right here usually contains earplugs. I have a really hard time sleeping because A, the night voices, they're voices I hear at night. I don't know what else I could say about it. B, I live in a city and it's really loud. There's a shocking amount of chaos going on all the time, and I'm very sensitive to like noise aggravation. I have a very hard time sleeping. This is no longer full of earbuds. It just holds my earrings and my jewelry. And that is because around the same time that you guys saw me talking about my earplugs and sleep problems, a representative from Oslo Sleep Buds also saw my video and reached out and sent me to try the Oslo Sleep Buds. It's insane. They're like audio earbuds that are made specifically for sleeping, and they have solved all the problems that I could ever think of with sleeping with earbuds in. You can sleep with them on your side. They're extremely comfortable. The Oslo Sleep Buds are gonna give you the best sleep of your life. Unlike other headphones and earbuds, Oslo's tiny sleep buds are designed to comfortably block out any sleep disrupting sounds, and they replace noise with basically anything you wanna stream. But they also just have like the best sleep sounds. They are ultra comfy, even for side sleepers like me, and they come with all-night battery life and biometric sensing. Santa approved. I don't know, as a content creator, it's like really nice when you find a brand where the product just really delivers and really solves a problem. Like there are two people I love in my life where sleep is a huge, huge issue. And it kind of breaks my heart every day. I am so excited to give them this gift. I feel like I'm like changing lives out here. Justin already loves these. Justin got these before Christmas, but Elizabeth's getting them for Christmas. This is the best thing I've ever tried. They do not fall out. They are noise canceling. The Oslo Sleep Buds and app comes with built-in sleep sounds that I swear to God, I would get these literally just for the sleep sounds. They're absolutely noise canceling when I go to sleep, but just these tiny little flexible guys that go in my ear. Oh, I asked them to sponsor this episode, obviously, if that's not clear by now. The other thing that's really cool about them is that you do not need your phone in order to use them. As soon as you take them out of the case, they start playing in your ear. They come with 4 different sizes of silicone wingtips that are like very squishy and soft, but very durable. They say stay secure in my ear all night long. Also, I have like I feel like Justin has pointed out, I have like weirdly large ear caverns. Even though I have small ears, the cavern is large, so I need like special wing tips. Thank you. Oslo fits mine. I never feel them when I'm sleeping. It's kind of insane. Like, it's a great, great invention. Thank you to Oslo for sponsoring this video. If you want to give yourself the best sleep of your life, or you want to give the absolute like most life-changing gift to someone you love who suffers with their sleep, scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description of this video, and Santa will deliver. Santa will deliver the sleep of your dreams. This is a good one. Now back to the video. Sweet. Okay, we did a lot of rearranging. Yeah, you got to do a lot of tinkering to see what feels right. I feel like there's such a big difference between like what you can plan out, even on like a floor plan, space planner, and versus seeing how things feel in the space. One major thing I like to keep in mind is what the room looks like before you enter it. You know, this is the main entrance to the space. Coming in from Maddie's living room, coming in here. Again, one of the biggest like design needs that we needed for this room is we needed it to feel inviting. And I think you want that for basically any room in your home, unless it's like a storage closet, but especially for a space where you're going to be doing anything creative, anything that requires energy or meditative. Like, to me, all of those are spiritual practices. Like, art is a spiritual practice. You're a spiritual practice. Come here, pups. Yeah, to me, even if this was just a craft room, like, that's a spiritual practice to me, and you want it to feel inviting. If there's a hobby that you want to be more of a habit, like Maddie said she wants to be sitting down and painting daily, then you need it to be out, ready, easily accessible, and also inviting. If you do a lot of crafts, you know that if there's like a mess all over the place and you have to like move things to even start doing your craft, you're less likely to get doing it. You're less likely to have that daily ritual, so that it doesn't feel like, oh, well, I want to paint, but in order to paint, I need to move all this clutter, or I need to move the furniture, or I need to get rid of all my bills that are all over my painting space. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. She knows what I mean. So if you're trying to like build habits, I think it's important to look at how the design of your space is like allowing or impeding those habits. And this is when I think design becomes a therapeutic exercise of walking into your space and just like noticing how it makes you feel. Or when you walk by the door, how does it make you feel? Does it give you a little jolt of anxiety every time you look into that cluttered room? Does it give you a little bit of unease or dread or annoyance that it's like hanging over you? Spaces affect how you feel. That's why a yoga space feels a certain way, a therapist's office, you know, feels a certain way, a hotel feels a certain way. Yeah. It affects your behavior and it affects how you show up there. So I think it's a great therapeutic practice to start noticing how your spaces make you feel. And they might be slight feelings, they might be really intense feelings, but you want those to match up with your goals for the room. And for some people, like a creative space, they might want it to feel really energizing, or they might want it to feel really calming. They might want it to feel really bare. So it's not like a creative space needs to feel one way, but it does need to feel like it attracts you and it invites you. So first of all, just making it nice and open and kind of a nice clean scene to look into is a big deal. Maddie helped me talk through all the different pieces that we feel like we don't need in here. There were also some pieces that would be nice to store craft items, but they were just like, there wasn't a place for them without it making the room feel cluttered and overwhelming. So some of the craft storage has gone in her spare room while leaving enough craft supplies out here that it feels functional, but also making sure it doesn't feel overwhelming. I wanted to pull the desk off the wall. I think there's a big instinct to put your desk all the way against the wall, like people put their couch all the way against the wall. Give it some breathing room, give it some space. If you go on Pinterest and look at like any of the fanciest home offices, the desk is always just like in the middle of the room. It feels luxurious. It also feels not that intuitive to do, but I swear to God, try pulling your desk off the wall, just giving yourself some breathing space. It feels sacred. You've got some air here. We're keeping the mudroom area over here. We've got some more filing storage down here. This is more for craft storage. Could be a really nice place to put a mirror or work of art like right here. to make a nice little view when you're looking into the space. And then that has allowed us to open up a ton of space over here for her yoga practice. So now we're gonna hunker down on the yoga corner. And this is the main area we're preserving for yoga time and being a little bit witchy. Maddie shared a Pinterest board with me that has some of her inspo.
Yeah.
Just so I can understand like what vibe she likes, you know, even if we're not gonna be able to exactly replicate that in a perfect makeover, working with stuff that's here right now, but just even understanding like what amount of minimalism or maximalism or clutter or coziness or more sparse feeling somebody likes is really helpful. And we're gonna get as close as we can today with what she's got. So tell me and tell the people about your dreams.
So I want the vibes to be very bohemian on the floor, obviously yoga on the floor. I'd like to have like cushions and pillows that make it cozy and comfy for times that I'm not doing yoga, when I want to sit and journal and do my little witchcraft.
Just a little bit of witchcraft.
Just a little witchcraft. Things that are easy to remove so that when I want to do yoga, I can have a clear space to do yoga.
So sweet. Let's just tinker. Obviously, we don't have like exact floor cushions,
right?
But we're going
We've got some pillows and blankets to work with.
Yeah, we're gonna do our best. We're gonna tinker. Here we go.
Could fold this.
I love styling.
Have it.
Make it a little seat. We need a shrine in here too. We could do either way.
Maybe just like,
we need to get a shrine. Some cuteness going on. I really like this guy. Maddie has been doing so much labor, so thank you to Maddie. Where are we putting the shrine? She's giving us content. What are the witch tools?
yeah.
Look at that tail.
Per usual, I'm running out of time.
Working so hard.
Let's go down there, they go on top.
Stacking some over here. We're actually doing good, shockingly.
I like that. How am I gonna sit here and measure everything out?
Cute. I like that. We're dying. We don't have time.
I
We don't have time.
can't. Really like that basket.
Write that down.
You checking out the space?
Wow, great job. Okay, so let's get one thing clear. Maddie will likely want to make a couple purchases down the road, such as cushions or a yoga platform, in order to make this the yoga corner of her Pinterest dreams. But that doesn't mean that she needs to wait until then to start building her yoga corner. If you take nothing else from this video, I want you to know that putting off your dreams, putting off your visions until some later day when the money is perfect and the time is perfect is an unnecessary way to live your life. And in fact, starting with the little changes that you can make today is gonna build momentum and bring that vision to reality sooner. We're thinking about light sources because there's no overhead light. There's not like a single light source in here. So we need the lamps. And there were cute little dangly lights over here, but I think they were feeling kind of like messy and chaotic to you.
A little juvenile.
A little juvenile, but I think it could be nice for the vibe. So we've got some thinner fairy lights. Okay, there's no window dressing, curtains, anything, so I think it could be nice to just frame it out a little bit. We're gonna see if we can do just a sophisticated fairy light. I kind of like the idea of having her little like moss board that Maddie made. I feel like this could be nice to go right there.
Yeah, that's cute, yeah.
Okay, so this guy did not have any hanging hardware on it before, but I really recommend you can get them at a hardware store, just a pack of those little like teeth or whatever they're called that go on the back to hang a photo, and then you can hang way more stuff to your heart's desire. Ta-da! Okay, we're working through it. Hello, we're working through stuff. I kind of do wall decor as a process of elimination, like we really want to take care of the yoga zone. We got some stuff up here to frame this little scene, and now we're going to see what's left over, basically, to go behind the wall. What are you laughing at?
Just the silly pieces that I have left.
I love them. Who made this?
Like a great aunt.
A great aunt.
I'm not sure which one.
Made the sweater guy, which she already had hanging on the wall, and I like it. I like it because it's textured. I also think these are great to get framed. A lot of framing places will like mount this in a frame. This was Nick's grandpa's hat. I almost just threw it on the floor. And then we have...
And Nick's grandpa like built this house.
Okay. We need him.
Him and his buddies.
We need the shrine.
Got together and built the neighborhood.
That's insane.
Okay.
What else are you thinking? Okay, this guy was sitting on top of her desk, some desktop stuff, but we're working so hard to keep her desk clear. Obviously it's not now because we're working, but I think we can mount this on the wall too. Maybe get it up like over here. Kind of like a little letter I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Letter receiver guy.
Yeah.
Styling accessories is part art, part science. As far as science, yes, odd numbers are your friend. A trio of items often feels more dynamic than an even set, and try to find that balance of visual interest as well as negative space. As far as art, what makes you giddy? There's no correct answer. I love the dynamic created by placing a small scale item next to a large scale counterpart, and if you can find a way to mix some textured items into your wall decor, I will kiss you on the freaking face. Let's do this reveal. Come on, Hazel. Come on. Wow, okay, don't look at anything. The day is wrapping up. Maddie needs to go to work and I need to give her home back. I think we're in a really good spot. So now is the part of the video where I bring Maddie in and she has to compliment the space on camera or else it's weird. Okay. Maddie! Yeah! Hazel, come here! Come on! Are you gonna do some yoga?
It's so cute. No, you don't have to force me to compliment it because I will willingly compliment it. This is perfect.
Aww.
It's really good. I'm gonna be like coming in here and hopefully that continues. Hopefully the energy keeps flowing.
And the witchy energy keeps flowing. And also, you start making content, you really should. If you feel energized to do it, I really think you should.
Yeah, it's a big, I really have just been waiting for this space to do it. I've been like, for the past couple of months, just like racking my brain for like where and how can I film. And so
yeah, you really
now
need
I have a space to film.
Yeah.
So
I know that the dream that you shared in your Pinterest board is going to require probably a couple of purchases for you, like the cushions and stuff. Maybe you need some like specific storage solutions for some of your craft stuff, but hopefully now it's a reusable space.
Yeah.
You feel inspired, you want to come hang out here.
I definitely feel excited to be in here now.
Hazel did Hazel's thing.
Hazel is a star.
She's standing around judging right now.
She's like, what is...
Are you judging? Thank you for all the help. Thank you so much.
Thank
You did so much.
You did so much.
That's my job. I emailed Maddie, like prepping her for this day, and I was like, you're gonna be able to go and like do whatever you need to do. Like, but you labored all day long. So thank you so much. Yeah, it was really sweet. It was so nice to meet Nick and Hazel.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep us updated.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Okay, best part of all this is that Maddie gave me to take home homemade pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, which I've been eating all day. And the most precious photo. Little sweet Hazel. I love this. I feel like I have a little memento from every subscriber 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗏 makeover now.